Hey all, welcome back to my channel. And as you can see again, I've got another Push 3 controller video for you today. I say controller because that's the version of the Push 3 that I have. But most of the stuff that I say on my channel when it comes to this brilliant controller by Ableton, most of the time I would say 90% of it applies to this standalone. And those of you who have the Push 2 controller with Ableton Live 12, I would say it applies to those group of individuals as well. Okay, I want to have a nice quick short video again if I can. My interpretation of quick is not exactly quick according to Google when they have their shorts and all that nonsense, but anyway, so today I just want to talk about navigation between the jog dial and the session D-pad. Okay, there's a little bit of difference between the two of them. I think I have covered this in another video. Maybe I haven't uploaded it yet because I've actually shot quite a few videos, but I don't always upload all of them or get time to edit them properly. Okay, so today I thought let me just zoom in on this topic, right? So let's talk about the navigation on this side. Okay, you know you've got your screen, and in the Push 3 from the get-go you are able to see your session view in the screen, and with the Push 2 that's only now available from Live 12 and onwards. Okay, so it's really good. It's a really welcome feature because previously you could only navigate your scenes and your tracks and play whatever clips you wanted from the pads. Okay, now you have your screen. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about navigation. Okay, but very first, a very quick recap. I've already mentioned this button here, which covers the session view. Okay, so you can use the jog wheel to go up and down by turning right and left, or you can nudge left and right to go through the tracks, and turning it goes through the scenes. Yeah, and you can press the button to actually trigger a whole scene or just trigger a clip at a time depending on your workflow, which I will previously mentioned in one of my videos, by pressing and holding the settings button and deciding what workflow you want to have enabled by default. By default I like to have clip view. A quick overview of that. And then if you have a clip there, you go into clip view and you can actually see the events on the screen of something you just recorded or previously recorded, and you want to adjust the timing or delete notes or move them around or whatever. Okay, mixer view, as you know, you have two views. You have global view, where you have access to each of the parameters, volume, pan, sends, and your sends. And depending on what track you have selected, the volume or the pan setting for the track you have selected will change, and you can adjust it accordingly. Yeah. Actually, that's a load of rubbish. I've got that reversed. Sorry. It doesn't matter what track you have selected, because if you have your volumes here, you can adjust 8 of your volumes, 8 tracks at a time. Yeah, you can adjust 8 pans at a time, and you can adjust 8 sends and so on at a time. Yeah, it's the other version of the mixer view. When you press it, now this is track specific. So for this third track, I have access to the mixer volume, the track volume of the mixer. I can change the input and output settings actually as well. Let me go back to the mixer. And on top of that, I can, you see, I just touched this knob and I can adjust the panning for this track only this one, yeah? Because note that, yeah, you need to pay attention. You're only affecting the setting for the track you have highlighted, which should normally be white in color and not the color of the track name. So if I press this one, track name is blue, but the track, because it's selected, it goes back to white, yeah? And again, I've got my sends and I can adjust for this particular track or any of the tracks I have highlighted. Okay, cool, done. We know about that one. Now, if we go onto device view, on this particular track, these are the devices I have, okay? So you kind of got most of the time, I would say, okay, so this one, the device view is track specific, yeah? Because you're talking about this track and what devices are on there, yeah? On the mixer, when you're on this track view, it's track specific until you go to the other page and it's like a kind of global thing, yeah? And on the event view, this is also track specific because you're looking at a particular clip on a particular track. And this view kind of, you know, is kind of very general, a little bit like the global mixer page. You can access multiple track events, clips, scenes at a time, okay? Now let's talk about navigating these screens. Let's start with the session view screen. Navigation, difference between these two. There isn't any. I can, like I said, jog wheel, push it left, I navigate to my leftmost track. Push it right, navigate to the rightmost track. Press and hold, Bob's your uncle, scroll up and down the scenes, press the trigger, done. Exactly the same action with the session D-pad, yeah? Same thing, press the center and you can trigger scene or the clip. Only difference is this is a little bit more stiffer and harder to use, which might be a good thing or a bad thing. Totally up to you. Let's go to the clip. Let me actually, there's no clips I got on here. Maybe I should load something, then we have something to talk about. So give me 1 second. Right, let's go back to the events, okay? I'm gonna scroll down to scene 4 and I'm gonna go across to this track here, track number 3, this clip. Now if I press the clip view, I can see the events I have for this clip. Let me just trigger that one. Okay, and like I said before, the clip button is track specific. Let me go back to the session view. When I press that button, I'm looking in detail at this track, this clip on this track, yeah? So this is what I'm doing, okay? Just remember, let me go back session view. I am on scene number 4, track 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at that clip when I go to the clip view button. Now, let's talk about navigation very quickly before I was going to say something, but let's talk about navigation. If I move this within the clip view, what does that do? It automatically goes into edit view and allows you to scroll through, I'm scrolling clockwise, through each one of your events. And once you've got them highlighted, you can either change the position. I'm just tapping the buttons here above, the knobs here above the buttons. I can nudge it in percentage. I can change the length, change the actual drum pad, because this is actually a drum rack that I've got here on this particular track, change the velocity and so on and so forth. So you can see you can change the settings per event, okay? And this, once you, if I say done, when you go into clip view and as soon as you start turning that, it immediately goes into edit mode. It's the same as if you press that button. So turn, boom, okay? You can press done to come back out of yourself. If I press left, I press right, it doesn't do anything. If I go, scroll, I'm already in edit mode. If I press the jog dial, doesn't do anything. Okay, right. Here's the difference between, and it's a little bit off-putting, you need to kind of be aware of that. Here's the difference between the two. Let me go back to the clip view, not in edit mode, and let me press the session D-pad button. I'm going to go up, see what happens. Okay, it's disappeared. So it's not navigating me through the events, it's navigating me through still the scenes. So I think I moved up 2. So I'm on, I just moved up 1. So I'm actually on scene 3 now, okay? So just before I go back into the clip view, remember I'm on scene 3. I press the clip button. Remember there was no clip in scene 3, wasn't it? If I go down 1, I'm now on scene 4 and there was a clip on there, remember? Let me just quickly show you. Right. So if I go down to scene 5, as you probably remembered, there was a clip there. So there will be data. If I go down to scene 6, there will be data as there was a clip there as well. Now, if you remember, the sharp-eyed amongst you, remember that there are no more clips after the 6th one. So if I go down, this should blank out, blank, blank, blank. And I think I'm probably on scene 9, 8 or 9 now, I've lost track. Where are we? I was actually on 10. So this is what the D-pad does when you're in the clip view. It still thinks you're in the session view mode and it navigates through the scenes and also the tracks, yeah? So let's go back to session view mode. Okay, I've got no clip on scene 6, I've got no clip on track 4, scene 6. I've got no clip on scene 6, track 2. So I have information here, so let me go back into the clip view. I'm going to go to this one. No data, yeah? I'm going to go back to this one, which we know we have data there. Then I'm going to go back to this track where we have no data, and it's going to go blank again. Yeah? Okay. So just be aware of that, okay? And the difference is, with this one, you're navigating still through the scenes and the clips and through your tracks, yeah? And you know, if you have a clip there, then it's going to pop up with data. So just be aware of that, okay? And if I press this, I'm actually going to play this clip, yeah? If I go up, so let me go down, and if I press the middle button, it's going to start playing automatically, but play this clip, yeah? If you remember, I've actually got the clip on scene 4 that was going to play. Hold on. Let's go back up. Yeah, you can see because I stopped it 3/4 of the way. So if I press play now, that's going to start from the beginning and keep playing, yeah? I'm going to stop it. If I go into Events View and I go down, down, and press the center button on the session D-pad, it's going to play this clip instead. Yeah, so we'll do that now. As you can see there, right? Okay, so that's the event view. That's the difference between these two, okay? Let's go into the mixer view. Let's go into the global mixer page. What does this Jog Dial do? Well, let's find out. Turn it, nothing. Nothing. Press the button, does nothing. Let's go to the track specific mixer view. Sorry, I need to press this again. There you go. I'm on track 3. So all this information relates to track 3. See what happens here. Nothing. Press it, nothing. Okay, let's go to the session D-pad. Let's go back to the global mixer view and see what this one does. Aha, again, it's navigating me through my tracks. Yeah, let's see what that up and down does. I have a feeling that is still taking me through the scenes. I'm probably near the bottom of the scenes. Let's have a quick look. Okay, let me go back to the session view. Yeah, I was right down the bottom. So in the mixer page, the up and down still navigate you through your scenes, yeah? And left and right navigate you through your tracks. And let's have a look. If I press the center button now, what will happen? It's actually going to start going. So this still relates, but this really lives up to its name when it says it's the session, because I didn't have a clip there. When I pressed the center D-pad button there, it started recording automatically. Let me just delete that. Okay, so that's the mixer view. Let's go to the device view and see what happens when I turn the dial left and right, or press it. Nothing. Nothing again. And let's see how this works. I think we know by now what's going to happen. If I press left and right, yes, again, I'm going through the tracks. And if I go up and down, I'm going through the scenes. So that's just our brief overview of the differences, how these, the Jog Dial and the Session D-pad change in behavior depending on which of these modes you're in. In the session view, they pretty much do exactly the same thing. Event view, this doesn't do anything. Mixer view, both of them, this doesn't do anything. And on the, event view, it does do something. Again, when you're in a clip and you turn it, it automatically goes into edit mode. Sorry, my mistake. And in device view, regardless of what track you're in, this doesn't do anything. Okay, I hope that was helpful today. Leave a comment if I missed anything or you want clarification on anything further. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.